I'm Lori Martiska. I'm Vice President of Advancement for Open Sky, but I also co-chair with Casey Burns, the Career Pipeline Collaborative, which is a group that came together a number of years ago and has kind of led to this project as well as others. You are the inaugural class, the first class in what we hope is a long-lasting model that will change the world. Your efforts, your commitment to this effort is so appreciated. And we have enjoyed every moment of this. And we're very grateful that you have hung in there through 6 months. That's a pretty long time. Yay, give yourself that. Casey is going to give us a little bit more about the history of the program and the connection to some other things like the Community Health Improvement Plan. My job today is really about acknowledging people. A lot of people have made this project possible, and it is in fact a partnership in every way possible. And we have a lot of partners. And I'm very happy to say a lot of you are in the room today, so that's awesome. Yes, Timon, I'm talking about you. And others, not just Timon. I want to start in terms of talking about acknowledgements with funders. And I want to acknowledge that Jonathan Cohen, where did you go? Oh, you're way in the back. Jonathan Cohen was a representative from the Fairlawn Foundation and Greater Worcester Community Foundation. As a funder, he was much more than someone sitting on the sidelines. Jonathan's been on our steering committee from the beginning and has provided a lot of advice and support as well as funding, which really started this whole career pipeline project. Fairlawn provided over $200,000 at the beginning of our work, so we definitely want to acknowledge them. I also want to acknowledge Reliant Foundation, who also pitched in along the way and have continued to be interested and supportive of the project. And then more recently, we've had the tremendous fortune to be working with the Commonwealth Corporation and Mass Hire, Mass Health, and RISE, who have provided a significant level of funding to get the Human Services Career Support Program underway. And we're actually going to hear from Tommy Pepperin from Commonwealth Corps, and we're going to acknowledge Karen Shack as well. I also want to be sure I mention, I call them Jeff and Jeff. There are 2 Jeffs associated with Mass Hire, Jeff Turgeon and Jeff Roberge. Jeff Turgeon has also been with the Career Pipeline from the beginning and has shown us tremendous support and leadership and really contributed in no small way to bringing us to the place where we were funded with Commonwealth Corps. And I would be remiss if I did not mention, she couldn't be here this morning, which made me very sad. Maya Townsend from Partnering Resources has been our consultant, and she has taught us, she's coached us, she's coaxed us along, and we're so pleased that she stayed by our side and continues to support us. I'm going to turn this now to Casey Burns. Casey is the Executive Director of the Healthy Greater Worcester Coalition. She's also co-chair of the Career Pipeline Initiative. So, Casey.
Thank you so much, Lori, and to everyone for having me. I will be brief, because I know we are waiting to get to the exciting part of the day I all came here for. But yeah, thank you, Lori. I'm the director of the Coalition for Healthy Greater Worcester. And our work is really, as this coalition, is to convene folks to understand and focus efforts on what the most critical things that we can do to improve public health. And often that means just getting on the same page of what those concerns and issues are. Sometimes it means supporting organizations to better understand the barriers and to be able to get to the table to work together. Sometimes it means incorporating community engagement into strategies so that the leadership of them is reflective of those who are being impacted. And so in 2000, how we organize that work is around what we call the Community Health Improvement Plan. That's the strategic plan that seeks to address what are the most pressing health concerns and who is most impacted by them. And so in 2016, this plan that we organized around, the 2016, what we call the CHIP, had many strategies, but those of us who convened around the area of mental health working group had identified that one strategy that we knew least about but was most pressing on our plates was addressing workforce concerns of the mental health, behavioral health, human services field. And that it was affecting not only the ability of our agencies around our community to keep running and to hold programs, but it was also impacting quality of programming because the diversity was so inequitable in who was represented in leadership. The providers that largely serve our communities don't always look like them, don't speak the same language, don't understand their specific cultural needs. And so it's not only impacting services being open, but the quality of services and how effective those are in meeting people's needs. And so we organized this group to understand what really are the barriers and how can we help to address them. And so it's really exciting to see that out of this convening group, looking to understand what those barriers were, this project was born. And we looked across many different areas, how we can incorporate our higher education partners, how we can collaboratively do trainings across agencies, how can we develop pipelines to support people to advance into managerial and licensed positions, how do we fill the seats, how do we look internally at our organizations and say what's going on here that people don't feel comfortable advancing or bringing their issues. And so we have to address racism within the system. So we have to address a lot of different incredibly challenging things. But I want to just say that this program, and your incredible work in getting to this level is a significant step forward of this kind of collaboration that can be possible. And so I want to just say thank you and appreciate your hard work, because it's not only impacting the organizations that you will go on to work for, the clients that you will serve, but also it's working on changing the system for the better and how it's supposed to function. So looking forward to more collaboration, more graduations, and hearing more about the journeys that everybody leads. Thank you so much.
You'll still be the first. So our next speaker has clinic this morning, so we're going to be really flexible. That's what we've tried to do through this whole program, right? Is adapt to what's needed. Dr. Maddie Castile will hopefully be joining us at some point, and we'll plug her into the program when she arrives. So I want to move to my friends at Commonwealth Core. Tommy Heverin, project manager, is actually going to speak, but I want to introduce Karen Schaff, Associate Director of Commonwealth Corporation. These folks are not just funders, they're partners in this project. And they both said to me today how excited they are about the work that's happening in this room and with all of you who have come to this place of successfully completing the program. So, Karen, do you want to stand so people can acknowledge you? Tommy, do you want to come on up?
and he's writing things down. So that's a big here for you. But good morning, everybody. My name is Tommy Hebron. I'm a program manager at Cohort Corporation, who Karen Shack, my manager, manage the Behavioral Health Partnership Expansion Grant and the Healthcare Hubs Workforce Grant on behalf of a few different agencies in the state. We're very excited to be here, and we're really grateful for all the great work that you all have done and all the great work this partnership has done to bring us here today. And 7,000 for hosting us. Thank you. So on behalf of Cohort Corporation, the Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development, the Executive Office of Health and Human Services, Mass Health, and RISE Massachusetts Foundation, Inc., I first want to say thank you and congratulations to today's graduates for the tremendous accomplishment, for all the hard work that you've done, and the dedication you have to your learning and your training is really remarkable. Being the first group to complete new, rigorous 5-6 month training is certainly praiseworthy and an incredible accomplishment, so congratulations. A special thanks to this whole partnership that has worked so hard to design and implement this program. Thank you to the Mass Higher Workforce Board partners of Central and North Central Region. We have Deb Ferracco in the back, especially Jeff and Jeff Church and Jeff Robert, and also Mary Chase. They've been great leaders on this project, and they've helped steward the state's resources to this project, so we're really grateful for that. The employer partners who have innovated together to establish a model for the behavioral health sector of Central Mass and the whole Commonwealth. Thank you for committing to the success of your participants. Thanks goes to Open Sky, the African Community Education, to the Seven Hills Foundation, the Century Care Alliance, Love Inc., and the Southeast Asian Coalition. A particular thanks to Lori, to Lisa Geronimo, and Joseph Chang for their tremendous leadership and collaboration on this project. It's been really wonderful to work with them. And a special thanks to the career support and advancement navigators who are in the room, who, as Lori and Joseph have told us many times, have been extremely vital resources and leaders to the success of this project. And a big thanks to all who provided their support to the program and especially participants to ensure that they're well equipped with what they need to succeed. So once again, thank you very much for having us to celebrate with me today, and best wishes to you all in your careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Joseph is going to come up because he's magical with us. We're going to watch a video. I want to acknowledge my team. Catherine Twing is in the back. Catherine and Adriana Knock from my team got to sit with the participants one-on-one and ask them a few questions. And we thought we'd share with you the kinds of things these folks had to say to us.
Everything that you learn here is gonna help you to work with the individuals. It's like everything, even if you hear something and you say, I don't know, but then you're going out at the job and then you see that everything that you've been learning here is really helpful to work.
If you go and you're going to the different program, you will see the difference between people who are educated, for us who got a training about this, and people who did not.
I hear about this program. I said, okay, I'm gonna open my mind to learn better about helping people, disability people. I have kids at home, and the way I'm taking care of them, that's the way I can take care of other people who needs help.
At first, I needed a job, and I had a therapist at the time that would always encourage me to tell people and try to share my story with them to see if that could help them.
I want to try new experience, new thing, because I feel good when I help somebody needed it.
I like to help people because the time I started helping my grandma, it was back home in Africa. Like 8 years ago, I'm with her. I enjoy to stay with her because when I'm like talking to her, the time I have with her, it makes me feel happy.
It's important to me because I get to know different kind of people, their needs, and it's make me feel good to know that I helping someone.
If someone need to help, and I can do it, I must do it. I must to help it others. When I help them, then I'm feeling happy.
I will help for the community. I will help for the human beings, not for specific race, not for specific religious, and not for specific persons. It's for the whole human beings. The life is too short. So when we have a time, a short, so everybody in a hurry. It's time to help to the people's, help to the world, to bring them happiness.
And you should not do it because of the money. You should do it because of your love to help others succeed and to bring sunshine into people's life. It's more about like your heart being there to help the person succeed and grow as a human being just like you.
This kind of jobs, first of all, is good because you interact with people who have, which you can say, disabilities. And when sometimes with this, they lose hope. But when you are there and you have that compassion or that passion in you, you make the person to be confident too.
Because English is my second language, but in the class, I perfect my language.
I've never had anybody help me before, so it's nice to have somebody helping me. But it's definitely a program that will help you achieve your goals. I'm a very goal-oriented person, so it's like they even help me with daycare. So I have to go pick my son up after I leave here, but they help me with daycare, whatever I need, transportation. They serve lunch, breakfast.
This job can help you to improve your English anywhere about the education too. After this one, I can go to school. Or if I want to go to work, I can still go to work.
It will help you to integrate yourself in the community and in the area, in the country, and it will help you to know the language first of all.
I think my favorite part is when we come back from the job rotation to the class rotation and everybody here is happy to see you and we all share the experience. That's one of my favorite parts.
It's definitely a 10 for me.
10 is good.
It's 10 out of 10. It's the 10 is the great because we find a good instructors.
10, 11, definitely.
But more, what I see is what an incredible group of human beings. You have, when we set out to do this program, we said there's the most important criteria of all is somebody who wants to help, who wants to serve other people. And you all express that in different ways in this video. So that makes us, I think, very excited about having you join our organizations. It's just, it feels like a perfect fit. So, and thank you for sharing in the video. I know that was not easy. So, some of us run from cameras, right? So Joseph Chain, Career Pipeline Manager and Coordinator of the Human Service Career Support Program. Joseph's going to give us just a quick overview of how the program worked And then he's going to introduce navigators, and then we're going to present the candidates and the certificates. So, Joseph.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not known for many words, so just bear with me. I feel great today. It's exciting to be here today with you all. It's been an incredible journey, and today is a culmination of months of hard work, determination, and pure passion. And I'm very grateful for that. A big thank you to our funders, the partner agencies, the navigators, mentors, and most of all, the participants. I really appreciate your commitment, your dedication, for sticking with me throughout these 5 months. I'm not annoying sometimes. The Human Services Career Support Program is aimed at introducing refugees, immigrants, the underemployed, the unemployed to the human services field through specialized trainings on the job rotations, wraparound services, and mentorship support. This current cohort, which is graduating today, started on March 21st with 22 individuals, and we're down to 16 very committed, very passionate, very intelligent participants today. The participants who are graduating today have received specialized trainings in various aspects of human services. They've done 3 different on-the-job rotations in 3 different programs in their various agencies to be able to apply the knowledge that they get from the classroom on the job, and also to learn, observe, and have more experiences whilst in the field. Participants also enjoy the support of the various agency navigators to help them overcome any barriers and challenges that came up, which might have prevented them from successfully completing this program. And for that, I'll say a big thank you to the navigators for all the support. It's been, as we saw, my boss always say, we were flying the planes whilst we were building it. So we had to adapt, we had to learn, we had to use the feedback that we got to make things better, and I'm glad that we are here today. During these 5 months, mentors were also available to some participants when they were in their rotations in the programs to help them process their experiences in the programs and also to connect the dots so that they gain a better insight into their roles as direct service professionals. As part of the training program, wraparound support services were provided to the participants to help remove any barriers, like I mentioned, from completing the trainings and starting a career in human services. The program helps some participants take care of their childcare needs, graduate education classes, housing security, food security issues, among others. The program also signed participants who were taking English as a second language to Go Fluent. And Go Fluent is a web-based language training program which has been helping participants to learn and practice to improve their English, conversational, verbal, and reading. And also, we were able to provide participants with tablets through Samuel Health to aid their learning in Go Fluent and also when they are in the classroom. And I must say the feedback that we got from the guys who use Go Fluent has been excellent, and I'm happy we were able to provide that support for our individuals. The feedback also has been encouraging, it has been uplifting, and as you can see, we always put them down and we work them into whatever we have. What I like about this group was we're always open, like Elisa said, when we get back and we share our experiences, they give us a lot of feedback and it helps us improve their experiences. And I'm very grateful for that. So on this day, I won't take much of your time. I would like to say a huge congratulations to all the graduating participants. I'm proud, my team, Bakri, and myself, Lisa, Laurie, we are all proud of the hard work, determination, and commitment to complete this program and start a career in human services. I know you all do amazing work in the programs. I don't have any doubt about that at all. And as you begin this journey today, my advice to you is always remember your trainings, keep the fire burning, because you are our first group. You are going to be the beacon of hope, of excellence, and the standards that we want in our staff. as you go out there, you will encounter a lot of challenges. I'll just give you one thing, as they say in Latin, no desperando, never despair, never lose hope. All right, you got it. So thank you very much. All right, I think now I'm going to introduce the navigators from the various agencies. So when I do, please come up here. I'll start with ACE, Timo Bego. Then we Green. Then from Southeast Asian Coalition, Saul Sorrell. Then from Open Sky, a gentleman I've been working with the last few months, incredible support, good work, everything as responsible in Marco Rivera. I'm sorry to see him leave. Then Yvonne from LAC, one of my favorite. Yvonne has been also an incredible support for us up north in North County. Yvonne works with LAC, which is my favorite. Then Tashan Foreman from Seven Hills. Aaron from Venture, another great guy. Then for my center, I have Samar Salman. Now we're going to do the presentation of certificates. So when I will start, I will go in alphabetical order. Then when I mention the name, the navigators will come up. We give them the certificate to our sponsor and we say what to do about working with them. All right, so I'll go with Accentria first. So Pavitra and Summer, if you can come up here. So we have Karim Ullah Mashkor and Mohammed Khan Watandos from Accentria. Mohammed Khan Watandos.
Maybe we have both.
Karim, you have both.
We have both.
Congratulations, Mohammed. So when you get it there, you hold it up for the picture. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the picture. Do you want to say something about Mohammed, working with Mohammed and Karim? This is Sandy Mitchell, CEO for Centria.
I'm so grateful for what you have both offered us as an agency, how you have assisted us with your community, supported us. You have truly changed not only us at Accentria, but all of the applicants that we've welcomed over the course of all of these months. It's been a real privilege to have you on the team and to be able to count and rely on you. Every day, it brought me such joy to see you in the office. stepping in, doing whatever you needed to do to make a difference. And so, on behalf of the Centria, I'd like to offer you both a gift. As you know, Friday is the day when we wear our t-shirts. We now have 2 t-shirts.
Thank you very much. Now I'll move over to lab. I have one. Oh, you want? Come over. Then for lab, I have Gregor. Gregor Safasco, please. Gregor, come up, please.
I want to say congratulations to Gregor, and it's been a pleasure working with you and seeing you grow in your skills. So good luck with everything.
Next up, I have Open Sky. So Bakri Vieira, please, Bakri. Open Sky, I'll start with Joe Buka. Joe, please. Next up, I have Jean Jujuan Charles. Next up is Monsiera Mukabigari. Then the last one, this guy has Sifa. Sifa is exactly Sifa. Next up, I have Sabine Hills Toshiani, please. And starting at Sabine Hills, I have Tatiana Belonza. Congratulations, Tatiana. Next up is Michelle Limos. Congratulations, Limos. Next up, I have Guillaume Lataguerca. Guillaume. Congratulations, Guillaume. Next up is Faustine Hakasimana. this last person, all my participants have been great. I have had this pleasure of working with everybody, and you've all been great. Elisa has been very helpful to me, sometimes supporting me when I need help. And her mom is joining the second cohort, so welcome home. So next up is Elisa. Elisa Brown. Congratulations, Elisa. Thank you. And the last person in was Joanna. Joanna plays very strong, very good. Congratulations, Joanna.
Of course. It's been a pleasure to work with all of you. But I've had the opportunity to work with 6 of you at Southern House. And you guys have been wonderful. Not only did you learn from us, but I also learned from you guys. And I wish the best as you guys move on to your career. And I look forward to working with you guys at Southern House. And know that you're making a difference in those people's lives. And when I said that, you guys flew with that and made a difference in those programs.
If I could say a few words about working with these guys participants.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Not only Open Sky participant, but I have the opportunity to be next to all of you during your classroom time. So I'm really grateful of your achievement. I know like, you're going there to make a difference. So I'm excited for you, but above all, I'm excited for the individual you're going to serve. Because I know you're going to provide the help and the care they need. So please, when you go over there, keep doing whatever you've been doing. I got to hear from your manager, and I went to see Open Sky participant. So everybody were excited, everybody were satisfied with whatever you were doing there. So that really, pleased me a lot. So I'm grateful for the time we spent together, and I'm going to miss all of you. And we just, mostly got to keep in touch. So congratulations, and I'm very excited, I'm very proud of you. Thank you very much.
So I have Aaron, then I'm together for venture to do their presentation for venture participants. Submarine, please. Submarine by. Congratulations and thank you, Rob. And last but not the least, Jean-Pierre Upiri. Jean-Pierre, please.
Congratulations to Jean-Pierre and Severine. It's been a pleasure working with you guys for the last few months. The support, the care, the attention, the great work you provided to our individuals and our day programs as residents is very much appreciated. You guys were a joy to have at the programs. Our clients really supported, enjoyed the support you gave them, the brightness you brought to the program, a new set of eyes. So I look forward to continue working with you to your careers in human services. And I wish you the best of luck. And thank you again very much. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
I'm going to turn it over to Laurie now, but before I do, thank you very much. These 16 participants have been incredible. The journey has been amazing. It's taught us a lot. Hopefully we have also taught you a few things to use in your careers. Like I said last time before we left, we are going to keep tracking your progress, support you as much as we can as you begin this career path, because I know you can all do well, and we make sure we support you to do well. So good luck out there, and don't forget if you need anything, I'm just an email or phone call away. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was kind of exciting, wasn't it? It was really fun. I want to acknowledge that Dr. Maddie Castile has joined us, so I'm going to invite her to come on up. Maddie, we already told them that you had clinic this morning, so you're all good. You're not in trouble.
In trouble, I'm glad to hear. But I got to see the best part of the whole thing, I have to say. So I'm honored to be with all of you today. I actually wanted to tell you a little bit about the history of where we are with mental health and what and what you guys have done in our community that hasn't happened before. So back in January of 2001, the Office of the U.S. Surgeon General issued a report about mental health. And he talked about the disparities that affect the racial and ethnic minorities. It was called Mental Health, Culture, Race, and Ethnicity. And it found that people of color had less access to mental health care. They were less likely to receive those services when it was needed, and often received poor quality of care and were underrepresented in mental health research. It also said that the prevalence of mental illness among racial and ethnic minorities was similar to the prevalence among white people. But it didn't count a whole lot of people that are part of these ethnic minorities, ethnic and racial minorities. So they didn't talk about homelessness, or people who were incarcerated, or people who were in shelters, or people who were in hospitals. So probably that prevalence in racial and ethnic minorities is probably higher than the white community. And the report found that people of color had a greater burden of disability from mental illness. They were more likely to suffer from prolonged, chronic, and severely debilitating depression that affect their daily life compared with whites, because they often receive less care and poor quality of care. In addition, it listed several barriers that deter people of color from accessing treatment, including mistrust, fear of treatment, racism and discrimination, and differences in languages. In the 2 decades since that report, little has changed from what had happened back in 2001. So for the past decade, the prevalence of mental illness and the need for highly skilled providers have been steadily rising. And incident rates of depression, anxiety, loneliness, suicidality have soared, especially among children. According to the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, nearly 1 in every 5 children experience mental health issues, but about 20% of those only receive care. Therefore, we started, as a group, all of us, we started our Mayor's Mental Health Task Force about 5 years ago to look at mental health in our community. And during this time period, we found that stigma around mental health care keeps people from accessing care, that the stigma tends to be higher among racial and ethnic minorities, and there was a difference in understanding of mental illness in BIPOC than white communities. That in white communities, the thinking is that mental illness is a medical and genetic, and in communities of color, it is a failure to thrive. That's sometimes what we think about it, that we're just not doing the right things. Sometimes it's prayer, that we feel that prayer isn't the answer. Or the idea that if you wanted to, you could fix this problem. And yet, white community thinks of it as a medical issue and a genetic issue. So we had a whole stigma campaign that went out into the community so people could understand about mental health, that there was also media and radio campaigns to really get people to understand about mental health. We also just recently started what's called the Crisis Intervention Group, and Community Health Link was awarded this grant so that they could form a team that would go out into the community. So when somebody calls 911, that a clinical person will answer. but not only answer, but they will be that person who will follow them throughout the time period, so we have more access to clinical services. We also discussed the disparity in treatment. For example, Black and Latino patients with symptoms like anger, and in particular youth who have anger, sadness, fearfulness, and thoughts of death were more likely to be diagnosed with disorder of conduct or defiance, while a child with those symptoms who was white would be diagnosed with depression. So we were misdiagnosed a lot of the time. So along with Together for Kids, the Health Foundation and others in the community have worked to provide clinical care, in particular trauma-informed care, to all providers in the schools, some of the schools, and youth from preschool to 12th grade, along with providing care to the families. This has been still a work in progress because sometimes we don't tend to include the families, and the idea of that whole trauma-informed care is not only everybody in the school system, but also their families along with the kids get this kind of care. We also identified provider shortage as one of the main problems, and in particular in communities of color. And that the insurance issue, that more providers take private insurance because they get paid so little. And data shows that 62% of psychiatrists accepted new patients with private insurance and Medicare. But when you talk about mass health, only 36% of providers took those patients with mass health. So there's a huge disparity there. And I am grateful to say that this is where Open Sky took off, to provide this pipeline in collaboration with Essentia Care, Luck, Seven Hill Foundation, Venture Community Services, along with the two referrals support agencies, which was ACE and Southeast Asian Coalition, to provide a pipeline for clinicians of color. This pipeline is an incredible asset to our community, and I'm incredibly thankful for all the work that all of you have done. They obtained grant funding from Mass Hire, Rise Foundation, and Mass Health to move forward. And here we are today with all of you graduating. As they say, it takes a village to make a goal a reality, and this is what Open Sky has done. And I am honored to be here today, truly, to celebrate this amazing accomplishment, and to the graduates who will go on to change all the inequities that I mentioned about, all the inequities that exist in healthcare. We need you in the community to really change that. So thank you so much. I'm truly honored to be here and to witness all that you have done. Congratulations. Thank you.
We are so fortunate as a community to have a champion like Dr. Castillo. Maddie, thank you for everything you do. It goes beyond pipeline kinds of discussions. We would like to, you know how sports, when people are recruited to a sports team, they do a signing, they do a ceremony. Well, we're going to do just a little short welcome from each agency to each of you, because you have been recruited like sports superstars. You're our care superstars. So we're going to start with Kathy Jordan, CEO. She's Executive Vice President and CEO of Seven.
I just have to say, clearly I know where I'm getting my fashion advice moving forward. This is amazing. On behalf of Seven Hills, I want to thank all of you for your dedication and your energy. I want you to know that my door is always open. The door of our Vice President of HR, Marilyn Lopez Dodd, is always open. And you know how to track down Tashani, who I just want to give a special shout out. Was in another role, and I coerced her because I knew how amazing she would be working with all of you. So on behalf of Seven Hills, welcome. You're going to flourish here. I can't wait to attend your retirement parties down the road, and we just have a little something to give you. Lisa?
Ken Bates.
I have to take 30 seconds and thank Lori and Lisa. They have guided this so expertly since the very beginning. Lori and Lisa, thank you. I've lived in this community my whole life. I've lived in Worcester my whole life. And it touches my heart to see you all graduating today, because I know that it makes my community and our community better. The compassion you have is exactly what we need more of in our world, and certainly here in the city. But unlike any other place I know, this city, in part led by Dr. Castile, is so welcoming and understands the value of immigrants coming to our community to help us all. The drive, the innovation, you're all so adventurous. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm going to call up the graduates from Open Sky, and I have a little something for you all.
The CEO wasn't able to make it, but I'm here on behalf of her. So I wanted to say thank you so much for this opportunity to have participate in this program. And Greg, thank you for working with us. We really, as much as we learn from you, as much as you learn from us, and to see you grow. And I know that at the beginning, I know there was some obstacles, but we saw you growing within our program, and I have so okay.
So Mike Highland was unable to join us, and Pam Sampson, Chief Program Officer from Venture, would like to welcome our Venture.
Good morning. Aaron's still my partner. He knows how much I'd like to give this, but so I tried to stick on it, but you ignored me. To the graduates, to all of you, I want to say congratulations, and I sincerely hope that you continue your career in human services. As I revealed this morning, I've been doing this work for 32 years, which is amazing since I look like I'm 25. It is an amazing career. I sort of fell into it. It has been very, very rewarding for me, and I hope that you have the same experiences that are very rewarding and challenge you to grow as professionals, and you have a lot of potential. To Severine and Jean-Pierre, thank you so much for all that you've contributed to Venture already. I have received really phenomenal feedback about what a delight it has been to have you in our programs, and thank you so much. We appreciate it. I just need to say, in your bags, if Jean-Pierre, if you've got a purple shirt, that was not for you, it was for Severine. Again, Aaron is one of those true, and if you don't fit, let us know. No, in the orange bag, in the orange bag.
So if it makes you feel any better, Erin wasn't the only one who sort of jumped the gun. Amy Mitchell did also. She's already given out the presents. We're going to welcome her up. Amy is Chief Community Services Officer for Century Care Alliance.
It's true. I was like, uh-oh, I ended up all out of order. But if you talk to Lori or Joseph, they'd be like, there goes Amy again. It's all out of order. I joined Century just over a year ago. One of my earliest meetings was with Lori and Joseph and this project, and I was like, yes, right? This is what a Century has always been like. And we had no idea that we were going to squiggle along and not follow all the rules and do things a little bit differently. Because in the middle of it, we ended up welcoming 600 African evacuees. So we were sort of blown out of the water. So I just want to take a moment to thank you for your patience with us. So again say, probably shouldn't be surprised that I again went out of order. And to know that, this is a project that is near and dear to my heart. People's well-being, people's support, the journey that you all have taken. In my 25, 30 years of being a clinician and a therapist, my time in working with our staff who arrived in this country as refugees, people who have arrived in this country hoping something different, I have been on a daily basis humbled by your spirit, your strength, your resilience, and the fact that you are living in your mission. It is an honor for our center to have the gentleman officially join us, but it's a bigger honor for us to be part of something greater, and that is helping to connect us across cultures and understanding and kind of mitigate and lessen that isolation. So thank you all, and again, apologies for being freakishly out of order.
Amy, we got you.
Thank you.
As I said to Amy on the phone, we understand that the relationship and the partnership is a little bit different with Accentria, in part because of the incredible work that Accentria does. We don't want to lose you as a partner. So we're happy to be flexible. And I should make that point that you folks have all gone through a lot of training over the last 6 months. So have we. We've been learning right along with you. And one of the key lessons we've been learning is how important it is as agencies for us to up our flexibility a bit. That it really can pay big dividends to be flexible and supportive. So thank you for teaching us those lessons. So we have a member of the class who was selected, conscripted, forced, I'm not sure. Joe Booker is going to make some remarks on behalf of the entire group.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first graduation ceremony for the Human Services Career Support Program of 2022. First and foremost, on behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who has helped us, each and every one of us, get to this point in the program. We would like to thank all the partner agencies, Open Sky, Venture, Love Foundation, the Center of Care Alliance, African Community Education, Southeast Asian Coalition, and Central. We would also like to thank the agencies that helped with the funding of the program, the Commonwealth Corporation, Mass Hire, RISE, as well as Mass Health. To the kitchen staff at Southern Hills, we thank you for providing breakfast and lunch for the duration of the program. We want to thank Joseph and Baki for their knowledge and assistance day in, day out, as well as Tatiana Williams, Rick, Susie, and all the nursing team and mentors. Thank you so much for everything you've shared with us. For everyone we did not mention, we want to thank youth for this experience as well. We are forever grateful for this opportunity you have given us. And thank you to my fellow graduates. Today may seem like the end, but it's a new beginning for us all. Congratulations and good luck in your careers and this new chapter in your life. Thank you.
Nicely done, Joe. So we have another arrival that I want to acknowledge, and Casca is here from ACE, Chief Executive Officer there. Casca, did you want to say anything? I put you on the spot.
Yes, let me say one or two words.
You certainly are invited to.
Good morning, everyone. This morning, I'm sorry for coming late because I got a notice yesterday at 11 o'clock when Timothy says, are you going to the graduation? And I said, which graduation? But things were planned already, so I couldn't leave until I got here. But in short, I just want to say thank you so much to Open Sky for the opportunity given us and for the collaboration that we will nurture. I know this is maybe the first time, but we want to nurture that to be a growing sources in the community as we receive new immigrants coming into the city and into the country. Likewise, myself, as you may know, I came here as a refugee and was helped through people like you to be at this stage today. So I think it's an opportunity for our new folks and for those to come after us to carry on our legacy. I also want to say I'm grateful for Timo and the two staff from ACE that were consistent and focused to complete this journey of the 6 months. I will say, yes, we are here, and we will continue to do that and to work and to help our community build a strong immigrant community in the human services area. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, and thank you again to 7 years and to everyone in this room. Thank you, and may God bless you.
I cannot emphasize enough how important ACE's contribution has been to this project. To say we couldn't do it without you would not be an exaggeration. It would not have looked the same by any means. And Timon, special thanks, and Whitney, both of you. And you recruited your wife besides. So we've come to the last part of the program, which is our closing remarks. And it is an honor and privilege for me to introduce Lisa Geronimo. I told you at the beginning, this really started in her brain as a little nugget of an idea. And as we said earlier, you can see how this has blossomed. So Lisa Geronimo, VP of Human Resources from Open Sky.
And thanks for giving us the opportunity to work with you. I want to leave you today with words. So if you were to ask me what's one word that I would use to describe this cohort, if you were to ask me what one word, would you say? It's funny you should ask for it. The word I would use is courageous. I think when I think of this group, it's people who left their home country. It's people who have people that they know, customs that they know, jobs. All for the unknown. And to me, that's courageous, it's brave, whatever word you want to put on it. So thank you. Anyone who knows me knows I can't use just one word. So I'm going to continue on with my list of words. I see a group of risk takers. I see a group of people who embrace change, and how they showed that is participating in a pilot. You didn't know what you were getting into. In all honesty, you didn't know what you were getting into either. But that shows that you're ready to take on something new and a challenge. I see a group of people who is curious, open to learning, eager, inquisitive. I don't need to say compassionate because I think we all saw that in the video. That came through in everyone's experience. You're caring and dedicated, and the people who are going to benefit from that is the folks that we provide services to. I see determination. You went through 6 months of classroom and in different programs and constantly dealing with that change. I see patience, tolerance for both yourself to learn and for others to help you learn, which takes calmness and composure. So I really want to thank you for taking advantage of an opportunity that was put in front of you to begin a career and really a lifelong contribution to the people that we provide services to and how you can impact them. So thank you so much for doing that, and I think that we all know they had fun doing it. If you saw this group come together, every time that they would see each other, there's a camaraderie, there's an energy, there's a buzz that goes along with you. So I hope that that continues as you continue to meet up and share your experiences. Before I get to a big congratulations and ask you to join me, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes people that helped make all of this happen. And Lori mentioned some of those folks earlier with Maya and the group of advisory council of people that came together. I wanted to thank Allie for all of the work that she has helped us with in scheduling everything. And also Catherine and Andriana for putting together a wonderful video to sort of make a capsule of what we experienced. So please, everyone join me in a big round of thank you and congratulations to this group, and we wish you all the best.